Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Stock My Closet. Hope you all are doing great. So in previous sessions I have told you about basic bodice block. I have told you about how to cut shift dress and basic sleeve pattern, and today I am sharing how to cut simple kurti, because I got so many queries related to shift dress that for assignment everybody won't be able to make shift dress. So I'm telling you cutting of simple kurti, so it's your choice. You can opt between shift dress and kurti, whatever you want to make. So for kurti I'm taking this fabric. This is silk and it has this beautiful whirly print on it. So let's get started. Now to fold the fabric, this is the selvage of the fabric, okay, but print is off grain, so I need to take it like this. Selvage will come on the top and the bottom, and I'll cut the fabric horizontally off grain, okay. So I can't make any change in the length. The fabric length is a length for the kurti. Now I'll fold the fabric, right sides facing each other. So this is two folds. This is double fabric. This is open from this side and folded from this side. Now I'll make one more fold. So I have folded the fabric. I'll tell you about this measurement when we'll come to ghera part. So now I'll mark rest of the measurements. Now to mark the measurement, you can either use basic bodies. Just place the basic bodies and trace it, and then you can extend the length to the desired length, and also you can make changes in the waist and bust measurement. Like if you want to add more ease, you can change it at this point. Like when I made this draft, I added 2 inch of ease, and now if I want 3 inch of ease, I'll just calculate the measurement and then I'll mark it accordingly, and then I'll make the alter the measurements. So this is with the using this is how you can use the basic bodies, but I'm telling you all the measurements again by directly marking it on the fabric. I'm marking the straight line, as this is the plain fabric and I don't need it. So now firstly, shoulder. For shoulder you need to take half of your shoulder width. In my measurement, shoulder is 14 inch, half of it would be 7, but the back neck depth of my kurti is 4.5 inch, so I'm adding 0.25 inch to it. So I'm adding 0.25 inch to the shoulder measurement. So 7 plus 0.25 inch would be 7.25 inch. So this is shoulder width. Now for neck width, I'm marking point from the center at 2.5 inch. If you want broad, you can mark point at 3 inch or 3.5 inch or up to 4.5 inch. That's your choice. For shoulder slope, I'll mark a point at 0.75 inch. This generally range between 0.5 inch to 1 inch, and I'll join these points. the neck width and the shoulder slope point. Now for armhole, I will take half of armhole round. In my measurement, armhole round is 14 inch, half of it would be 7. So from the shoulder slope point, I will mark a point at 7 inch and I will extend this point. And now I will join these points too. Now from this point, I'll mark a point at 1 inch inwards. If you're making it for small size, mark a point at 1.25 inch, for medium at 1 inch, and for more than that sizes at 0.75 inch. So I'm marking point at 1 inch and I will join these points too. Now for armhole, from this point I will mark a point at 1 inch diagonally, and also I'll take center of this line. This is 7 inch, half of it would be 3.5 inch. So mark a point at mark the midpoint and mark the midpoint of this line too. This is also 7 inch. So midpoint would be 3.5 inch, and I will mark the same measurement from this point at 1 inch. And now I will make the back armhole curve and the front armhole curve. Start it from this midpoint and join it with this chest line. Similarly for front armhole curve, so this is the armhole curve. Now I'll mark all the round measurements. For chest, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. So in my measurement, chest is 32 inch, 32 plus 2 is 34, and dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.5 inch. So I'll mark a point at 8.5 inch. Now from the top, you need to measure these lengths from shoulder to the apex point, from shoulder to the waist point, and from shoulder to the hip point. So in my measurement, apex point is at 10.5 inch, waist point is at 13.5 inch, and hip point is at 22 inch. And now I will extend these points. Now for bust, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. In my measurement, bust is 34 inch. So 34 plus 2 is 36, and dividing it by 4, I'll get 9. So I'll mark a point at 9 inch. And for waist, I'm adding 3 inch of ease. If you want proper fitted kurti, you can add 2 inch of ease to all your measurements. If you want little loose, you can add 3 inch of ease, you can add 4 inch of ease. You can make variation, you can add 2 inch of ease on the top measurements and 3 or 4 inch of ease on the bottom measurements. It's up to your choice. As you want, you can make changes. So for waist, I'm adding 3 inch of ease. In my measurement, waist is 29 inch. 29 plus 3 is 32, and dividing it by 4, I'll get 8. So I'll mark a point at 8 inch. For hip, I'm adding 4 inch of ease. In my measurement, hip is 37 inch. So 37 plus 4 is 41, and dividing it by 4, I'll get 10.25 inch. So I'll mark a point at 10.25 inch. Now I will join these points. Now for length, I'll keep the measuring tape on the top and I'll mark the length, which is 42.5 inch. And I'll extend this point. Now for ghera measurement. Firstly, you need to decide what type of kurti you are making. You want loose or you want straight. If you want straight, just add around 1.5 or 2 inch to your hip measurement and take it as your ghera measurement. If you want little loose, you can add more ease, and according to that measurement you need to fold the fabric while cutting it. Okay, so for my measurement, hip is 10.25 inch. I'll add 3 inch to it, so I'll take it as 10 and I will add 3 inch to it, so it would be 13 inch. So this is 13 and I'm adding 1 inch for seam allowance, and I will join these points. So this is a marking for kurti. Now I'll cut it. Now I've cut the back armhole curve. To cut the front armhole curve, I'll separate the front. Just open it and take out the back side and then fold it again. Now I'll cut the front armhole curve. So I've cut the front and back. Now I'll cut the sleeves. For sleeves, again I have folded the fabric twice and I'm using this basic sleeve pattern to cut my sleeves. I've already shared its drafting in my previous video. I'll share the link in the description box. You can check it out from there. So I have made the full sleeve pattern, but for this kurti I need length of sleeve till elbow. So I'll just trace it. Just place the sleeve and trace the pattern. Now I will add seam allowance, because I don't add seam allowance on the patterns. I just add seam allowance while cutting on the fabric. I've told this in my previous videos. So at the bottom I'm adding 1 inch, and for the sides and for sides also I'm adding 1 inch of seam allowance. And now I will trace the front armhole curve. So this is the sleeve for my kurti. Now I'll cut it. Now I'm taking the top 2 layers and I'll cut the front armhole curve. So this is the sleeve for my kurti, and with this cutting of my kurti is completed. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.